Hi, good morning, wherever you are. It is Friday. It is June the 6th, and welcome to This Just Came to Me, my 31-day YouTube challenge. This is day 14, but it really should be like day 20 or something. Okay, I've missed a couple of days and trying to get back on track. This morning, the topic is when the student is ready, the teacher will come. I want to talk about that because I'm in the middle of experiencing this and I want to tell you about it. Oh, so by the way, a couple of things that are here and are coming up. First of all, my new podcast is out, How an Act of Kindness Changed Everything for Me. So go check that out. Wherever you get podcasts, look for Basement Chronicles, the podcast. Okay. So that's there. So you can check out that episode. It's episode 46, I believe. We're at something like 7,000 downloads. So I'm grateful, you guys. Just have to get more regular. Now, I want to tell you about what has been happening the last couple of days that somehow has contributed to me not being as regular as I wanted to be. It's all good, by the way. It's all good. Praise the Lord. It really is. The last couple of days, no, let me start from the beginning. The beginning is I just ran um, a cohort of Speak with Confidence. That is my annual group coaching program for professionals and entrepreneurs who want to learn how to speak with more confidence and authenticity. If you want to find out more about that program, you can go on my website, lisamdublin.com, right? /SWC, and you can find out more information there. Now, in that cohort, you guys, there was a student, very great speaker, and some of what made her a great speaker was she so believed in what she is about. She's about nutrition and about healthy eating, right? And she's about like helping people to use food as medicine. So in her practice, she's not a medical doctor. In her practice, she's not a medical doctor, but she helps people to overcome chronic illnesses. Okay, she helps people to just by using food as medicine. And don't be like, oh my god. Okay, it's just the way she teaches you to look at food as something that is a help, not just, and it's tasty, it's beautiful. So this student was in my class and you're going to meet her on Sunday, because on my Sunday Chronicles interview, I will be interviewing her and also another person who actually went through this process that I'm about to tell you about with me. So, I remember the topic is when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That's what I want to talk about today and end up speaking about this entire thing of how exactly do you know the student is ready? What do you have to do? All of the things, right? Anywho, everything, her name is Pamela Alexander Leon Ford. And everything that she spoke about in the program for the 6 weeks was about food. She did her many videos from her restaurant. She lives in Nova Scotia, one of the only Black, I think, establishments in Yarmouth, and doing quite well in that part of Canada. And just like it had been something I was hankering after for the longest while in terms of how, oh geez, I need to get back on track with my diet. It has not been going as I wanted to. Exercise is more or less good, but the diet seemed to have just gone downhill. I'm not sure if anybody here can identify with the grazing phenomenon. Oh my god, just grazing all day because there's no protocol in place. There's no plan on how to eat properly. And for me, why I say it's very important that you have desire, that shows that you are the student who's ready for the teacher to come, is because I think the last couple months, right, I've just been hankering after, oh my God, I just need help with this. I just need help to, even in the business of being a business person, being a mom to my three sons, being a wife to my husband, being daughter, being sibling, being friend, being facilitator for my groups, and that, and being, the coach to my clients. What got lost in all of that was that focus and just zeroing in on getting my diet right. Can anybody identify? Don't leave me here by myself. You all better talk back to me this morning, okay? Can anybody identify? And it's like, okay, a lot of things happen. Like I had some issues with my knees the last couple of while, and just a couple things that kind of derailed my whole physical, my exercise regime, my health and diet. And I kept on wanting to have somebody to help me to get back on track. Enter Pamela into my Speak with Confidence program. And you see how I tell you, like, speaking is so important, that if you have a thing to say, find an outlet to say it. When you find your calling, speak about it all the time. You never can tell when you can change somebody's life, when you can get new clients, when the thing that you love and that you give voice to can become just a blessing in your life, because you blessing other people with it. That's all she spoke about. She never needed notes. She knew this thing intrinsically. She had been doing it for a while in terms of teaching you how to use food as medicine and how to be temperate in your diet. Does anybody want this out there? I wanted this so badly, you guys. Like, I'm just starting the journey. So, like, it's still in the beginning phases. But anywho, Speak with Confidence is 6 weeks, right? And afterwards, everybody gets graduated into the main Speak with Confidence group. That's pretty valuable, pretty good for networking and all of these things. And so Pamela and I began, speaking outside of Speak with Confidence, because I saw something in her that I wanted. And I always will go off on a tangent and come back, because everything is everything. Everything is so connected. And when you really think about being a coach and being a speaking coach, that's what people see in me, that ability to help you, because I love speaking as well. And I love this. I can do this. That's exactly what I saw in her. And she turned out to be such a great coach. Pamela said to me, "Okay, Lisa, let's do 100-hour fast." Did you guys hear what I said? Bro, when she said that, I was like, "Oh, okay, all right." I was like, "What? No, no." I've been struggling in the last while to even do my just daily fast. Far less to be doing 100-hour fast. Like, how? When? Would I fall down? Would I faint? What would I do when I have to be doing my kids' lunchbox on the morning? When I have to do dinner in the evening? How on earth? But here's the thing. That is why having a coach is very important. I have not come across somebody who has been able to walk with me and my other friend Charmaine, who also did the fast. Pamela walked with us this week for this fast, right? We just completed it. I'll tell you more about it on Sunday, because we're going to interview her. I cannot believe I've gotten to this. I cannot believe I've gotten to this point. Let's put it that way. I could not have gotten here if a couple things hadn't happened. If she hadn't believed in me, if she had not given me reasons, shown me the end result. Also, like, she was just very present. So even in my coaching practice at certain levels, I am like, when somebody is doing something that they haven't done at all, when they haven't done it before and it is the first time, you can be the kind of coach who walks alongside them. Of course, if you want to have a high touch coaching practice, it's obviously a premium kind of package. But here's the thing: people need that. People are going to pay for that. People will pay for you to be able to walk with them, to show them the way. Like, check in several times a day, you guys. Several times a day, to see how it was going, to give encouragement, to point to the future, to say, if you did this long, you can go this distance. When you're done with that, this is what is going to happen to your body. It was well explained, it was well laid out. You know exactly what you were doing, what you were getting into. Listen, coaching takes you further than you've ever done before. And today I'm testament to it. I do it with my clients and I know it works. And I've had coaches do that for me in the past. That's why, like early 2000, no, 2019, 2020, that was like my big first transformation. My next transformation is here because of Pamela. You're going to meet her. I don't know if anybody is hankering after this, but the reason that the reason that I named today's I gave the title when the student is ready, the teacher will come is because this is something that I had been hankering after for a long time. And I'm thinking back to the things that I've wanted in life and I've received. And here's the main crux of the matter. You're gonna meet, by the way, let me just put up this visual. You're gonna meet Pamela on Sunday. So please tune in. This Why Food is Your Medicine conversation with Chef Pamela Alexander Leonford. That will be on the, let me just take out this thing so you can see. Give me 1 second, you guys. Let me just remove the ticker tape. Yeah, so you can see it's 12 p.m. MST, Sunday, June 8th. I hope I got the date. It's on Sunday. That's the thing to remember. Okay, so let me take this off the screen and continue the conversation. Why call this topic when the student is ready, the teacher will come? It's because of this very important quality or attitude of desire, of wanting something even before you know where you're going to get it, even before you have any kind of resource in your purview, in your sight. This little attitude can fuel and call and send a signal out in the ether, as my friend in Think and Grow Rich says. I have the book here today, and we're going to read a little bit out of that book because I think, in terms of strumming up your desire and drumming it up to a level where it actually is sends out a call into the universe. Hey, bring these resources. I need this. A lot of people go into ventures or go through life without this missing piece. And I find even as we get older, especially as we get older, there are many times that instead of us like being that childlike person who still desires things very deeply, we just go with the flow. You know what going with the flow gets you? It gets you ordinary. It gets you normal, right? It Having desire for anything in your life is literally like being the person who like oh geez, this is what I want. You childlike, you go after it. How many people are there right now? We go into ventures, businesses, we open practices, all sorts of things without having that burning desire, first of all, which is foundational, in my opinion, my humble opinion. Having that foundational attitude is important to being able to pull and to get the teachers when you need and to see and seize the opportunities because you are so fired up in the first place. Here's the thing. Do you know that having red hot desire does not cost a thing? My goodness. How many people forget that? Instead of starting from I want this, we start from I can't have this because I don't have this. How? The story, I always go back to this story that I heard Bob Proctor speak about. And he talks about how, like his tagline is, tell me what you want. That's his company, Proctor and Associates or whatever. His company says, tell us what you want and we'll show you how to get it. I absolutely love just that aspirational tagline. Should have been mine. Right? But here's the thing. Bob Proctor tells a story of the couple who came to him who wanted a home. They had no money, okay? And they needed a home. They just wanted a home. So they said to him, we need a home, but we don't think we can get it. Bob Proctor responds to them, I didn't ask you how to get the house. I said to you, do you want the house? And they're like, yeah, yes, we want a house, but we don't see how we're going to get it. He repeated to them, I didn't ask you if you knew how you were going to get it. I'm asking you to first make the decision that you want a house and that you're going to get it. That you first want it that badly. So they said yes. And he said, the moment they said yes, then it was almost like it was giving life permission to bring the teachers into those willing students' house, into those willing students' lives. Immediately, he said, then he was able to call this and such a person. Then all of a sudden, they realized, okay, if we want a house, then we're going to work extra in our sales jobs for us to be able to do this and do that to get the down payment. And in short shrift, that couple who first made the decision because of red hot desire coming to the fore, that couple got what they wanted. What about you this morning? And if there are teens listening to me, I hope, if even kids listening, I hope that you never lose that wide-eyed wonder for the world, that desire to want the things that you want and to be okay with that. Don't let life just beat you down with the bureaucracy, the disappointment, all of the administrative things that seem to just the red tape around us, all of the things that seem to militate against us going after our dreams. What about you? What do you want that is red hot this morning? It doesn't mean that you have to know how you're going to get it. Hear me well. It just means that you say to yourself at some point, I'm going to get this. I like that was me and the Shekere. Did I tell you about I did did I do a podcast on it? I think in my podcast, one of the episodes is on how I came by the Shekere because I saw this is a Shekere. Let me show you guys, right? I'll tell you guys about it. This is a Shekere. This is a West African musical instrument. I saw it one time on a video and I was like, okay, I want one of those. I had no idea how to get it. I didn't have anybody in my network who had one. I didn't even know, right? Again, when the student is ready through desire, the teacher will come. And a couple months later, after hankering after this, so I have a graphic designer from Nigeria, and I mentioned it to him, and he's like, "Oh, like yeah, we have that in the market. It's all over. Yeah, just he told me what the price was, and we negotiated whatever. And I have it now because I didn't even know where to find it, but I first decided I was going to get it. What about you? The things that we need when the student is ready, the teacher will come. Depends on how ready the student is. Whether you're thinking about the dream, whether you're seeing yourself with it, whether you are visualizing the rolling out, the execution of that dream, whether you can see it, whether you're like, you know what, I'm not sure how, but I do understand that the foundational way to get what I need in life is to first have this red hot desire. And, like, I feel so strongly about that in all of my courses, with all of my clients, I usually begin with, what do you want? If we're doing life coaching, right? If we're doing communication coaching, even as an executive, you have to have a image of who you want to end up being. That strong, confident executive who's able to command a room and to walk in with presence, not contrived, but somebody who, that power comes from within, the fire comes from within. That's exactly what it is. So anywho, I digress a little bit because I want to first read you a poem. You guys, if you have trouble with believing, if you are that cynical person listening to me, get out of it. It's not going to get you anywhere. Okay, I do not do very well with cynical people because they're always on one side of the continuum and I'm on the dreamer side, and I don't care to listen to the buts. I will go forward until life reveals the way to get the thing that I desire with all of my being. Excuse me. Anywho, you guys, I want to read a poem to you by somebody called Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse is the last name. I think it's Jeremy Rittenhouse. But this is in the book Think and Grow Rich. This book is great for helping you to drum up that desire. If you're listening to me today and you've worked with me at all, you know that I always recommend this book as a starting point to elevation and upgrading your life, right? All of the greats, especially a lot of the rich people, always talk about having read this book as foundational when they first started out on the path to becoming wealthy. So let us not reinvent the wheel. If it worked for them, it surely can work for us. Now, in the chapter on desire, in this book, Think and Grow Rich, there's a poem that I want to recite that shows we really need to up the ante, expand our minds, about wanting more and wanting it with a lot of desire. So this is the poem. You guys, you won't believe, like, my eyes are getting to the point where, oh my goodness, if the font is faint, sometimes I have problems seeing it now. Is anybody like that? This is what it looks like to be 49, eh? That's fine. We'll roll with the punches, okay? All right, so here is the poem. I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more. However, I begged at evening when I counted my scanty store. For life is a just employer. He gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, why, you must bear the task. I worked for a menial's hire, only to learn dismayed that any wage I had asked of life, life would have willingly paid. This is the kind of poem that you cannot unhear. Any wage that I had asked of life, life would have willingly paid. And here was this person asking life for a penny, and that's what they got all their life. Okay? So it also says in that chapter on desire, a burning desire to be and to do is the starting point from which the dreamer must take off. Dreams are not born of indifference, laziness, or lack of ambition. You have to have a burning desire. I wanted to read this story in the book, but I'll try to just narrate it because it's one of the stories that every time I get low on desire, I remember. Every time my will or my motivation to keep on going in life at the level at which I am and I want to be, anytime that wanes a little bit, I remember this story. So this, remember, the Think and Grow Rich is written by Napoleon Hill. Okay, let me put up the slide right now. By Napoleon Hill, and he tells a story in the book of a man who came upon desire and saw it played out before him. These were, so here's the story. Now let's go. I'll say it as quickly as I can, and I hope you get the gist of it at the end, okay? So this is back in before the emancipation of this, just after the emancipation of the slaves in the United States. Okay, so mid 1800s thereabout. Okay, and he says that this man had sharecroppers. This planter had sharecroppers now on his property, and the nephew of that planter was in the kitchen with the planter when this little black girl came in to ask for a quarter, 25 cents that her mother said to give her. So the planter says to the little girl, I don't have it. You're not going to get it. And you better go before I give you the switch. Okay. So you know how black people will treat you. Let's not even go there. So keep your mind on this. Okay. All the injustices, we know all of the things, but keep your mind on the attitude of desire of this little girl and where it got her. Okay. So planter is very rough to her. I don't have it. You're not going to get it. You better go. She doesn't budge. She says, okay, but she doesn't budge because she wants it. And when the planter turns around, she's still there. So he's like, I said to you, you have to go. You're not going to get it from me. Go. So she still stands there. And so the nephew who's narrating the story, he says at that point he becomes afraid for the kid because he knows his uncle, and when he knows his attitude towards, just the black people at the time. So he is very menacing, and he advances on her, I guess, with the switch in his hand. And at that point, the little girl says, with the red hot desire and everything that she had in her, I've got to have that 25 cents. And it is the urgency, it is the attitude, it is, can you feel it? I've got to have that 25 cents. And it's the way she said it that frankly and finally, no, not frankly, that finally made that uncle reach into his pocket, take out the 25 cents and give it to her. And the commentary from the nephew after this happened is that he said the uncle sat down and both of them were contemplating how this young girl's desire overcame them and placated and did all the things to make her get what she came for. Hear me this morning. It's about desire. You don't have to know. how you want it. You just have to want it badly enough. Too many of us are not minding our business. We are focused on the negatives. What if I fail? What if people laugh? What if I'm embarrassed? So, what if you are all of these things, if these are in the process to making you get what you need to get? What if? What if at the end of your fails, your stumblings, your public spectacles, that all of the things on the other side of that is what you wanted that was red hot in the first place? We forget to dream and we forget to apply this very foundational and simple concept to going after things in life. What do you want? And do you want it with red hot desire? I believe that if that is who you are, the teacher will come. Because I'm like, how on earth is it that Pamela was in that cohort and the need that I had was matched with what she has to offer? How did that even happen? If I had not in some way put it out there in my spirit, put it out there that, hey, this is what I need in my life right now. You're gonna meet her on Sunday, okay? Let me put that up again. You're gonna meet Pamela on Sunday, and you'll see exactly what I talk about. Right? These are the kinds of people who that make a great speaking career. That if you have something that you have to say that consumes you, that is your fire, right? That is your fire. If you have something to say that, oh my gosh, it can make a difference in the world. You feel it intrinsically. It's not put on, it's not contrived, it's not AI'd. That's we should make that a verb. we should we should literally make that a verb. If it's not about AI or anything of the sort. But what do you want in life? Get your mind off of other people. Stop minding other people's business and double down on your heart. What's going on in there? What are the desires that you want that I'm not talking about like inordinate desires or perverted desires, nothing of the sort. We want goals in life. You want to achieve certain things, but you won't even let yourself dream because you are already thinking of the consequences, the obstacles, the things that are standing in your way. Give your dreams wings, and the teachers that you need, the help that you need is going to begin to come. Like I'm just like, Lord, oh my goodness, you did it again. You put it out there. I always begin when I want something in life. This is how I do it, y'all. Y'all want to hear what I say? I'm like, you mean to tell me in this life, with so many billions of people, there is not one person who can, or there's not one way I can get? I always do that. Go listen to my podcast. It's full of all of these anecdotes and lessons and self discoveries. It will really inspire you. Oh, by the way, I released another podcast episode yesterday. I forgot to say that. Episode 46, how an act of kindness changed everything. Don't forget, you can always subscribe to Basement Chronicles. So you can listen to the entire podcast on YouTube as well. Or if you are on Apple or Spotify, or somebody told me it's on another network. I forgot which one, another podcast channel. I'm not sure. Is it Podbean? Somebody listens on Podbean and told me about it. But it's there, you guys. So I've been a little iffy with it because I'm starting a program called Find Your Fire very soon. And there's a podcast that will accompany that podcast. And Find Your Fire will help people like Pamela to make money as a speaker, because what you do consumes you anyway. And you can inspire people with your voice. You can get on stage, give a keynote, you can give trainings and workshops. That's another way to make money as a public speaker. You can. This gift of the gab that you have and this purpose that you want to put it to, it literally can change the world. What are you waiting for? So get in touch with me if any of what I'm saying resonates with you, because we're now like just screening people for the program. We're going to be starting sometime before the summer is over. I'm just like getting the logistics together, interviewing people, putting things in place. But this program, definitely by the time you're done, you would have made your first 2K as a speaker or your money back. That is a guarantee, because I'm so sure of the process that I took and that I've taken other people through, that I'm putting my money on the line. I'm like, yeah, yep, that's it. Do what I tell you to do And if you will get those results, that's exactly what it is. So, what we are leaving with? Red hot desire. What are you wanting in life? You don't have to make a big placard out of it. Nobody has to know. But let your chest beat, okay? Let that thing burn within you. And soon you'll begin to see the opportunities and the people who can help you to make it a reality. That's what it's all about. Anywho, folks, I shall see you tomorrow 6 o'clock maybe. Let's see what time. I'm gonna set it up. Let me just plan my day and everything. But it looks like the mornings are working better for me. So I'll probably stick to the mornings. But this is day 14. So it means I've done 13 days of this challenge, 31 days. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. These are the three things that you can do for me. Okay. So I come on here with all my heart and I give great value. I enjoy it, honestly. Words for days. But how you can help me to get this message out is like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it in your WhatsApp groups in particular. I know a lot goes on there. We have family groups, we have all sorts of things. Share it there and encourage people there as well to subscribe to the Basement Chronicles channel. You see that little QR code right up here, right here? Okay. You can subscribe to the channel by screening, by just opening your camera app, and it will automatically go to the Basement Chronicles channel on YouTube. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Take care.